Margie Blanchard, Kim Blanchard's wife, Kim Blanchard Companies. Kim Blanchard was the author of Raving Fans, Gung Ho, 1 Minute Manager. You may have heard of those. And Margie Blanchard told me one of the best practices that they implemented within their company were one-on-one meetings. And actually in your best practices spiral book that someone came in and responded with was the implementation of one-on-one meetings. It was a very powerful way for Margie to be very proactive with this employee. One-on-ones are where the employee comes in and talks about whatever they want to. And in this situation, Margie's employee came in and talked about how her mother was dying. And she said, I am guilt-ridden. You know, I need to be home with my mom, but I also need to be at work. And the doctors have said it could be weeks, it could be months, who knows. And so together, Margie and this employee actually planned what needed to be done so that the employee could be there with her mother and also work could get covered. And so when that time came, both the employee and both the work team were able to do what they needed to do without that guilt for that employee. Huge in terms of being proactive. But if we are going to be proactive, what it requires us to do is to train our managers. How can they have time and find time and make time to actually have those conversations with their employees? And that means training them and how to delegate responsibilities so they can create that space and that time to do that. We're talking about really one-on-one private conversations. So how do you do that? A lot of managers hold on to all their responsibilities and they're overwhelmed with what they're doing and they don't have time to actually talk to their employees because they have a lot of work themselves. But if we train them how to delegate and how important that is to build the leadership bench strength of your company, we can't do it unless we delegate. And then in delegating, another aspect is that in having those conversations like Margie did with that employee, it's a conversation about the workload. How is that work going to continue to get done? Does that mean that we redistribute the workload? Does that mean that we work with the other projects and see where we bring in more people to speed that up and get that done faster, or do we need to delay that? So what's the priority? But having those conversations are all part of being proactive.